Welcome to the seventh episode of draft season. It's been a minute, um, and a lot of stuff has happened in the NFL world in the last, how long has it been? In the last 2 or 3 weeks since we've been away. A lot of free agency stuff that we'll talk about for a minute. Then we'll get into more draft season stuff. Well, I believe last episode we looked at Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, and at number one he had the Titans going Abdul Carter. And I think most mock drafts had that, but lately it's looking like Cam Ward is gonna be the pick there. Most of the mocks I've been seeing have been Cam Ward going to the Titans, and then I've seen Abdul Carter fall to the Browns, but I've also seen the Browns say they're willing to trade out. I know in my last mock, I think I had the Patriots taking Tet McMillan from Arizona, the wide receiver, but uh, after they just signed Stephon Diggs, I know he's old, but I think offensive line is going to be more of a priority for them now. So I could see them definitely going Will Campbell now, for sure. Um, I've said before I'm not a huge Will Campbell fan, but I could still see it happen. Another thing we've been seeing a lot more is we've seen we've seen Ashton Genty to the Bears a bit, um, but we've been seeing him to the Raiders ever since we did see Shador mock to the Raiders a lot, but after the Geno Smith trade, it's looking like Seahawks are going to be in a Seahawks. Sorry, the Raiders are going to be in a win now situation, especially since Pete Carroll is in his 70s and Geno Smith is in his 30s. They're going to try to win right away, and I think their running back situation is awful. And I think grabbing the best running back would be a great idea, to be honest. Might as well get the flashiest pick. I'm still seeing a lot of Mason Graham to the Jaguars. I've also seen some stuff where Abdul Carter falls to the Jags, which I don't think he makes it past the first three picks. That'd be insane. I've also been seeing a lot of Armand Membao, the offensive tackle from Missouri. He's gained a lot of stock last couple of weeks. I've seen him mocked over Will Campbell to the Patriots. Um, I think Will Campbell would probably be the guy who they go with, but Membao was impressed in Indianapolis and starting to gain the edge over Campbell. But it will be interesting to see there. I've seen Jalen Walker to the Panthers quite a bit. I've mostly been seeing the Panthers go edge, especially since they traded Brian Burns away. Um, I've been seeing a lot of Travis Hunter to the Giants. That's, I think, in all the mock drafts I've seen, he's been going there lately. It has been more than a month since Daniel Jeremiah's last mock draft, so hopefully his 3.0 mock draft will be coming out soon. It'll be interesting to see what he's learned since then. If Shador Sanders doesn't go to the Browns or the Titans or just any of those top three picks, well, I should say another big signing, Russell Wilson to the Giants. I know he's old, but I don't think they're gonna go for a quarterback at this point. I think it'd be wise to wait a little bit and take other positions of need, especially in this weak quarterback class. Speaking of quarterbacks, I've been seeing a lot of Jackson Dart starting to get first round hype. The place I've been seeing him go most to is the Steelers. I know a lot of Steelers fans have mostly been saying, like comparing it to the Kenny Pickett pick when they were around 20 in 2021, and also a weak quarterback class. I think Jackson Dart is definitely better than Kenny Pickett, and I think it would be smart to have Jackson Dart develop behind whoever they have there, whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph. But going back to free agents, a lot of the big free agent stuff we saw. Cooper Kupp, Rams wide receiver, signed to the Seahawks. Devontae Adams, Jets wide receiver, signed to the Rams. So Rams get their Cooper Kupp replacement. Laramie Tunsil traded to the Commanders. Then also said Geno Smith traded to the Raiders. Myles Garrett ended up re-signing. Josh Allen re-signed. Didn't really think Myles Garrett did ask for a trade. Ended up re-signing. which it would be neat to see, and extremely scary to see Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter uh, on the same D line. Um, that defense would be insane. We saw DK Metcalf, Seahawks wide receiver, get traded to the Steelers. So Steelers are definitely not going to need a wide receiver with George Pickens and DK out there. Debo Samuel got traded to the Commanders, so we get to see Jay Daniels get another weapon. Max Crosby ended up re-signing. Stephon Diggs, Patriots. Like I said, Patriots probably going to go offensive line now, definitely. T. Higgins ended up getting the franchise tag. Joey Bosa was signed by the Bills. Amari Cooper still a free agent. Chargers ended up re-signing Khalil Mack. Christian Kirk signed to the Texans. Jonathan Allen to the Vikings. Tyler Lockett was released, but still has not found a home. I'd love to see Bears pick up Tyler Lockett. I think he's definitely an older receiver, but he's extremely reliable, and especially as a wide receiver 3, he'd be great. Gardner Minshew, he'll be backing up Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Zadarius Smith still hasn't found a home yet. I was very surprised that Lions didn't keep him, but interesting. They could definitely go edge in this draft now. Chauncey Gardner Johnson went from Eagles to Texans, got traded there. Zach Wilson signed with the Dolphins. James Daniels also with the Dolphins. Derek Stingley ended up getting an extension. Jacoby Brissett is going to be backing up Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. Javon Kinlaw went to the Commanders. Aaron Jones ended up re-signing with the Vikings. And the Raiders ended up signing Raheem Mostert, which should be a good running back too. He is definitely older. He's definitely elusive speed back, but I think the Raiders should still go running back in this class, especially with how deep it is. And I won't say I'd like to see Genty to the Raiders because I'd like to see him on the Bears, but that would be a very fun fit there. Kenny Pickett was traded to the Browns. Interesting situation the Browns have there. Not sure what they're going to do at quarterback. I can't imagine that Kenny Pickett is their long-term answer. So maybe they still could go Shedeur Sanders, or maybe they just wait. They tank another year and wait for a better quarterback to come around. Or maybe they trade back up into the draft after taking Carter and take Jackson Dart. I think that could be a really, really good move for them. Keenan Allen still hasn't re-signed with the Bears. He's still a free agent. I don't know if I'd want to see him back. He definitely looked a lot better at the end of the year, and definitely with the new coaching staff, Ben Johnson will be able to utilize him better. But he is getting older. DeAndre Hopkins was signed by the Ravens. Give Lamar another weapon. Evan Engram to the Broncos. Carlton Davis signed with the Patriots. That secondary is going to be pretty well set for New England. Patriots are looking a lot better. Also, Sam Darnold to the Seahawks after trading away Geno, which I think that's going to end up in a disaster. Sam Darnold was definitely held up by that Vikings offensive line and weapons and coaching staff, and he's about to go to one of the worst offensive lines in football. Not going to be good. And then you also have an aging Cooper Kupp as your wide receiver 1. Well, you also have Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think Jigba should break out this year, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to with Sam Darnold as his quarterback. I'm a much bigger believer of Geno than probably the average person. I know he's aging, but his offensive line was just terrible in Seattle. So I am curious to see how he will do in Las Vegas. The Raiders will probably still need to upgrade their line a decent bit. But since it's right after free agency, let's say we do a quick mock draft. So I think with the Titans, we're going to have them go. Last time we had them pick Abdul Carter. We're going to have them go Cam Ward this time. I don't think the Titans think Will Levis is the answer over there in Tennessee. Then next pick, we're going to have the Browns go with the Abdul Carter edge out of Penn State. Then the Giants. I've been seeing a lot of Travis Hunter stuff, and I don't really see them going Shedeur Sanders, especially that early. They do have other needs, but I think we're gonna have them go Travis Hunter here, do the easy pick, and then Fourth pick, Patriots. We're going to also go chalk again here. We're going to have him go Will Campbell. I think last time I had him go McMillan. But going with the Jags again, we're going to do more chalk. Mason Graham, I think that's where I had him last time. But we're going to have Mason Graham go right back to the Jags. Raiders. Oh, I don't know for this one. I think I might have to take Genty here for them. That's mostly what I've been seeing them do lately. I don't know though. I I think I'm gonna have to do it though. We're gonna have Ashton Genty go to the Raiders here. Rip. Uh, then the Jets. I've been seeing lately. I was seeing a lot of Tyler Warren. I haven't seen that as much lately. I've been seeing him go other places. I could see him going Membao, and I think that's what we're gonna do here. Actually, Jets offensive line is absolutely atrocious. They just signed Justin Fields as well, so we're gonna have Membao be some more protection. Now the Panthers, like I said, I've seen some Jalen Walker stuff. I've seen some Will Johnson. I don't know. I've seen him go Michael Williams too. I could see him go with a number of options here. Yeah, I could see him go pretty much any way here. I like the Jalen Walker fit. I could see him going for Michael Williams though. I think Jalen Walker is going to go a lot higher than people think. And I think that's what we're going to have go here. Jalen Walker to the Panthers. Next pick, the Saints. I've been seeing them all over the place lately. Shamir Stewart. They can go edge. I've seen him go wide receiver. You know what? I think I'm going to shake this up a little bit. I think I'm going to have the Saints go with the best player available, and I think they're going to think that Tyler Warren is the pick here, the tight end out of Penn State. I haven't seen that pick too much, but I think that's what we're going to do here. Now the Bears, I think Will Johnson is the best on the board right now, but the Bears definitely do not need secondary. That's probably their most secure spot. Could see him going offensive line. Could see him going edge. I feel like this would be worst case scenario for the Bears. Pretty much all their top players would be gone at this point. I'm not sure what they do here. Now, I think we're going to go. Now, I personally wouldn't be a fan of this pick, but I think we're going to have the Bears take Calvin Banks Jr., the offensive tackle from Texas. Personally, if none of Jalen Walker, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham, any of those guys are there at 10, personally, I'd want to trade down. In this mock, we're just going to do as is. Now, 49ers. I've seen them go a bunch of different ways. I've seen mostly offensive line and defensive line, and I think I'm going to have them go Mike Green here, the edge from Marshall. I've seen him mocked all over the place, but I think he's going to be a top 15 pick. I don't think he's going to slide that far in the draft. But going on to the Cowboys, I've seen them go mostly skill position, so wide receiver, running back, tight end. I don't know. I could see him going to Marion Hampton. I could see Jerry falling in love with Matthew Golden with his really fast 40 time. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to have Matthew Golden, the Texas product, go to Dallas. Now, the Dolphins need offensive line help badly. But do they do that? Their secondary needs help as well. I've seen mostly a lot of Will Johnson, and I don't know. I could definitely see the Dolphins ignoring their offensive line again. They definitely shouldn't, but I think we're not going to do that here. We're going to have the Dolphins go with the best guard available, so Tyler Booker, the guard from Alabama. Now moving on to the Colts. I think last time I want to say I had Colston Loveland go to the Colts, and I think I'm going to do that again. I really like that fit. So we're going to have the tight end from Michigan, Colston Loveland, go there. Or maybe it was Tyler Warren there. I don't really remember. I could see him going either way. I think now next pick, Atlanta Falcons. They need edge help badly. and I think they're going to take whatever Georgia prospect is there, either Jalen Walker or Michael Williams. And in this case, Michael Williams is still sitting there at 15. Now, Cardinals. I've seen the Cardinals go a lot of different ways. I've seen secondary. I've seen trade down and trade in mock drafts with trades. I've seen O line. But I think we're gonna have the Cardinals go with best player available here. So we're gonna have Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan, go to the Cardinals and secure their secondary. Now the Bengals, they just franchise tagged T. Higgins, so definitely not going to be going wide receiver here with that 1-2 combo of Higgins and Jamar Chase. They definitely need defense. I could see him going Kenneth Grant here. I've seen other stuff have them go Mike Green, but Mike Green's off the board here. But I think we are going to keep Bengals go defensive tackle here. So we're going to have him go Kenneth Grant. I think this is the highest that I've personally had him go in the first round. But now pick 18 to the Seahawks. They need offensive line badly, especially with their new quarterback, Sam Darnold. I think he's going to really struggle. They need offensive line really bad. I think in every mock draft that I've seen the last couple weeks, it's been Tyler Booker to the Seahawks, but obviously had the Seahawks or the Dolphins taking Booker. But I think we're going to have Seahawks go Gray Zabel here, the tackle from North Dakota State, who can really play anywhere on the line. He's going to be a plug-and-play guy. We're going to have them go there. The Buccaneers. I think I've mostly been seeing them go Jahad Campbell in pretty much every single mock draft. And I think we're going to go chalk again here and have them go Jahad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. I still got to watch him play. I've seen his highlights, but haven't fully sat down and watched his full tape. Now, pick 20, Broncos. I think they should definitely go skill position here, whether that's Omarion Hampton or Ted McMillan. And I think with Ted McMillan falling this far, they absolutely have to take him here. If he is here, they have to run that card to the podium. So we're going to have the Broncos take wide receiver from Arizona, Ted McMillan. Now, pick 21, Steelers. I talked earlier about the Steelers maybe taking Jackson Dart, but Shedeur Sanders is still on the board here. It would be really funny if Shedeur just got passed up by Jackson Dart. I don't know if I've seen that in any mock drafts anywhere. But I don't know who would take Shedeur with these last picks. Maybe the Rams would try to get a guy to back up to learn behind Stafford. That could be something. But besides that, I don't really see anyone besides the Steelers and Rams who would want to go with Shedeur here. I think we are going to have Shedeur go to the Steelers here, though. We're going to say he falls very far and Shedeur slides all the way to the Steelers. That'd be a very interesting fit. DK, George Pickens, and Shedeur. That'd be interesting, all right. Now, pick 22, the Chargers. What I've mostly seen is Loveland to the Chargers because of the Jim Harbaugh fit. But with him gone there, they're not going to have that option. I think edge is very likely at 22 here for the Chargers. And I think that's what we're going to do. Shamar Stewart still on the board here. We're going to have them take the edge from Texas A&M. Now, Packers, pick 23. I think last time I had them go defense. I don't remember who I had them pick, but I had them go defense last time, and I think I'm going to do that again. Packers are just notorious for always taking defense in the first round. So I could see him going James Pierce Jr. here, edge from Tennessee. I don't know, maybe Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. I've seen a lot of D tackles go there, so we could take Derek Harmon from Oregon, Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, Deontay Walker from Kentucky. We could do a lot of stuff here. I think we are going to go edge here, though. We're going to have him go with James Pierce Jr., the edge from Tennessee. Personally, I don't think that'd be a great fit. I could see him doing that anyway. Now, Vikings, I think in pretty much every mock draft, I've always seen the Vikings take a safety. So whether that's Malachi Starks or Nick Emmanuel, I can see him going either way here. Um, I think we're gonna have him go Starks here though. Just easy chalk pick. Now the Texans. I think offensive line is mostly what I've seen from them, but not really too many offensive linemen available. A lot went off the board here. We could go Josh Simmons here, or we could have him go wide receiver. They did just get Christian Kirk, and then they also have Tank Dell and Nico Collins. So that wide receiver core is pretty well set. But with the Texans trading away Laramie Tunsil, I think we are going to go Josh Simmons here. Easy enough pick, and I think that's probably around the last of the top offensive linemen who are scheduled to go in the top round. Now for pick 26, Rams. I don't know. They've been all over the place. They could go wide receiver here after getting rid of Cooper Kupp, but of course they also just signed Devontae Adams. Adams is getting a bit older, so they still could go wide receiver. But I don't know how likely that is. They could use some offensive line, but there's not top offensive linemen available at this point. They could go secondary here. They could just try to go best player available. So for them, that'd probably be Nick Emmanuel, the safety from South Carolina. And I think that's what we're going to do here. Now, pick 27, the Ravens. I want to say I've seen them mostly go defensive line. Yeah, mostly defensive line, then some offensive line. I think the Ravens' offensive line is actually really good. And I think they go best player available here. So that'd be defensive tackle Derek Harmon from Oregon here at pick 27. So pretty much a steal there. But going on to pick 28 with the Lions. They could go edge. Nick Swartzen is here, edge from Texas A&M. Could go secondary. Could go offensive line. Maybe they reach on Donovan Jackson here, guard from Ohio State. Yeah, I don't really know what they do here. They're pretty well set at most positions. Could have him go Cameron Williams here. Ariante Irsri from Minnesota. I think we're actually going to have them take the tackle from Minnesota. Could always use more offensive line help. Lines have so much depth. I think they can really go wherever they want here. Now, pick 29, Washington Commanders. What have I just seen them do lately? Mostly edge, I believe. Some wide receiver. So they could go for a insane wide receiver trio with Terry McLaurin and Debo. And then being able to add maybe Luther Burden or Emeka Egbuka. We could see him. I could see him going either way here. I can't believe I haven't had Burden come off the board yet. I think Burden is going to be a massive steal in this draft. I'm still not sure why he's sliding so much. I don't know why I made him slide this much. But I think there's not too many great edge guys left. Could go Donovan Ezeraku here from Boston College. I could definitely see that fit. I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to have them take the edge from Boston College here at pick 29. Buffalo Bills. Now, this is a team that could definitely use a wide receiver, and I think we're going to have them go wide receiver here. Now, Egbuka or Burden. I want to say Egbuka is usually the higher rated wide receiver, but I really only see him as a really good wide receiver too. I don't think he quite has the wide receiver one potential as Burden. So I think we are going to go Burden here at pick 30. You finally get Josh Allen, another weapon, and hopefully be able to make a deeper playoff run with the Bills. Now pick 31 with the Chiefs. What have I been seeing them lately? I think mostly offensive line is what I've mostly been seeing. They could definitely use a line here. I've seen also some D-line stuff. most of the D linemen are off the board, though. So I could see him reaching maybe on Cameron Williams, Donovan Jackson. I think we're going to have him go offensive line here. I think we're going to have him go Josh Connerly Jr., actually, the offensive tackle from Oregon, to the Chiefs here. Now, last pick in the draft, or in the first round anyway, in this mock draft, the Eagles. I want to say I've mostly seen them go edge. They're really set pretty much everywhere. I'm not sure, though. They could upgrade their secondary a bit. Maybe they just go best player available here. So maybe in that case, they think it's Jahdae Barron, corner from Texas. He's been shooting up draft boards a lot lately. Their secondary is honestly really good with the two young guys, Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But maybe they do go corner here and just make that secondary even better. I think that's actually what we're going to do here. I think all the top safeties are off the board. They could go Xavier Watts, maybe a bit of a reach, but I think they're going to go corner here. Just take best player available. Don't really overthink it, and take Jahdae Barron. But yeah, that's that mock draft. I think I went a lot differently than I thought I was going to at the beginning. I definitely did not want the Bears to be taking Kelvin Banks Jr. I'd love to see Genty to the Bears, but I don't know if I'll be able to see that. Luther Burden to the Bills would be a lot of fun. Lions, like I said, they have so many. They have so much depth. They could really go anywhere they want. Steelers, if Shedeur falls, could see him taking there. I don't know where Shedeur goes. I could see him. I think if he makes it out of the top 3 picks, then he might not even go first round. Maybe you get a team. Maybe the Browns take Carter first, or maybe the Giants do take a non-quarterback first, and then trade back into the first round, so you get that 5th-year option. I don't know. I really like the Broncos taking Tet McMillan, wide receiver from Arizona. He's going to be a true X receiver. He's going to be finally get Bo Nix some more weapons. They still definitely need a running back. They could have gone Omarion Hampton there. I've seen him in the first round a lot, but I don't know where else Hampton would even fit here. Most of these teams are pretty well set at running back at the back half of the draft. So I think we're going to see him go either mid-first or early second. I definitely like him a lot. He's not my running back 2. That's Travion Henderson. But he's definitely my running back 3. I think he's going to be really good in this league. But I think that about wraps it up for this week. Next week, hopefully I'll be able to watch more prospects. We can get back into some deep dives into positions. I'd like to be able to watch more of the running back class, but we will see for next week. But I will catch you guys next time.